The Y&R Spoilers recap for Tuesday, April 19, 2022, brings a moment of truth for Ashland Locke and Victoria Newman Locke, but not in a good way. Meanwhile, Chelsea Lawson cleared the air with Sharon Rosales ahead of her and Ray Rosales' trip with Connor Newman. Y&R Spoilers recap highlights Victoria, Amelia Hiley, got Ashland, Robert Newman, to finally, at long last, tell her the truth. He did indeed fake his cancer. The whole thing started as something else, but then he went ahead and fell profoundly in love with Victoria. She doubted that sincerely. In fact, Victoria bet that Ashland has no idea what the word love even means. Ashland insisted that he did, and if she kicked him out, he walked through the door an entirely lost man. Not at all surprisingly, Victoria had absolutely no sympathy for her lying liar of a husband. All that Ashland ever did was lie to her time after time after time. Victoria declared them over forever and ever. She even said she didn't care what happened to the liar, but Ashland didn't believe her. He begged Victoria to start over with him, but she said she planned to start over without him. For what it's worth, Ashland did tell her he was sorry. Young and the Restless, congratulations Adams, Mark Grossman, plan worked. Plus, he pointed out to Victor, Eric Braden, that everything Ashland brought to the merger was now theirs for a mere $500 million. Both Nikki Newman, Melody Thomas Scott, and Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow, gave Adam their congratulations on a well-executed plan. They sat around worrying about Victoria and what Ashland would do to try to get her to stay with him. However, Victor finally got word that Ashland left on his own. Of course, they had no idea that Victoria had trashed her portrait and ran out of her office and estate. They showed up at Victoria's office and found the carnage. Nikki was horrified. Nick called security, Victor bet it was Victoria, and Adam agreed. Security alerted Nick that Victoria left alone a few minutes before, and they decided to leave. Adam declined an invitation to dine with him, and he left. Adam called Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope, to let her know that his plan worked. Later, he met her at their hotel suite, which had a big celebration all set up. She'd left him a note that stated she'd be back soon. Back at Newman Locke, Nick made plans for the three of them to go to society. Nikki was beside herself with worry for Victoria, and he advised his mother to give his sister some space. Nikki wanted to help her get through it, though. Victor urged her to wait until the time was right. Y&R Spoilers recap. One big happy family. Sharon Rosales, Sharon Case, prepared all the snacks she had at Crimson Lights for Ray Rosales', Jordi Villasuso, Chelsea Lawson's, Melissa Claire Egan, and Connor Newman's, Judah Mackey, trip to the hockey game. Chelsea addressed the elephant in the room and asked if Sharon was okay with her husband traveling with the woman who poisoned Ray and hit Sharon over the head. Sharon reiterated that she planned to give Chelsea a second chance, and it was fine for them to go to the hockey game together. Chelsea appreciated it, especially since she didn't deserve a second chance. Sharon declared her relief that she and Chelsea get along these days. They have no issues to worry about, and the whole thing will be a great evening out. Of course, Sharon didn't seem too thrilled when she watched Connor, Chelsea, and Ray prepare to hit the road. As the trio got ready to leave, Sharon asked her husband to call her when they got to Chicago so she knew he was safe. Then, Sharon gave Ray a huge kiss, and he told her to remember it for when he got home. Ray realized he left tickets in his other jacket, so he left to hurry home and grab the tickets. Connor implored him to please hurry so they wouldn't be late. Ray promised he'd be right back. "See you soon," he said. Connor and Chelsea waited for Ray on the patio. Then, Nick walked in, and he updated Sharon on all the latest on things with Victoria and Ashland. Of course, given Adam's success, Nick suspected they'd have a new mess in attempting to wrestle the CEO position back from his younger brother. Y&R, a foggy crash. Victoria was in a speeding car, wiping tears from her eyes as the fog rolled in. Later, she used her hands-free phone to call her mother. Nikki asked Victoria to join her and Victor at society. Victoria declined, though. Victoria cried about all that happened while her mother urged her to pull over. Instead, Victoria screamed as she saw headlights headed toward her, and the car crashed. Nikki yelled Victoria into the phone, but she received no answer as a worried Victor looked on. Sally, Ray, and Ashlyn were presumably on the roads of Genoa City when Victoria had her car crash. The Young and the Restless, airs weekdays on CBS. Check your local listings for airtimes. For more about what's coming up in Genoa City, check out all the latest that's been posted on Y&R Spoilers, and for an in-depth look at the show's history, click here. Take our poll ad block test. Why?